I bought the house because of the basement. That probably sounds strange. Most people care about the kitchen, the bedrooms, the backyard. I cared about the basement. I work from home as a video editor, and I needed a quiet place where I could set up my desk, my monitors, and record voiceovers without hearing traffic, neighbors, or delivery trucks. The house was old but solid. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a small backyard, and a basement that ran under the entire house. The realtor called it unfinished. I called it perfect. Concrete walls, bare light bulbs, old pipes running across the ceiling. A little damp, sure, but nothing a dehumidifier couldn't fix. The previous owner had died 6 months earlier. The realtor told me that part like it was just paperwork. Natural causes, she said. He was old. No family. I didn't ask more. I should have. On the first night, I slept upstairs on a mattress because most of my furniture hadn't arrived yet. Around 2:13 in the morning, I woke up to a sound from below. 3 knocks. Not loud, not violent, just 3 slow knocks. Knock, knock, knock. I sat up and listened. Nothing. The house was quiet again. I told myself it was pipes. Old houses make noises. Everyone knows that. The next night it happened again. 2:13 a.m. Knock, knock, knock. This time, I got out of bed. I stood at the top of the basement stairs, holding my phone flashlight, and listened into the dark. Hello? I called. The basement answered with silence. I went down anyway. The air was colder than it had been during the day. My flashlight moved over the concrete floor, the boxes I hadn't unpacked, the old furnace, the breaker panel, the empty walls. Nothing. Then I noticed something near the back corner. A door. I froze. There had not been a door there before. I knew that basement. I had walked through it with the realtor. I had measured the walls for my desk. I had placed boxes in that exact corner earlier that afternoon. There was no door, but now there it was. Small, wooden, painted white but old and peeling. It looked like it belonged inside a bedroom closet, not in the middle of a concrete basement wall. There was no handle, only a keyhole. And from the other side, someone knocked again. 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. I ran upstairs and locked the basement door. Which was stupid. There was something wrong inside my house, and my big plan was to lock one ordinary wooden door and pretend that meant anything. I didn't sleep. I sat in the living room until sunrise with a kitchen knife on the coffee table and every light in the house turned on. At 8 a.m., I called the realtor. She sounded annoyed before I even finished explaining. A door in the basement? She asked. Yes. In the back wall. There's no room behind that wall. I know. There was a pause. Then she said, maybe you missed it during the showing. I didn't miss it. I told her that. She sighed and said she would contact the previous owner's records and see if any renovations had been done. That afternoon, I went back downstairs. I didn't want to. But fear gets worse when you don't look at it. The door was still there. In daylight, it looked even more wrong. The wood was old but not dusty. The paint was cracked, but the edges of the door looked freshly cut into the concrete, like the wall had opened around it. I touched it. The wood was warm. The rest of the basement was freezing. I pressed my ear to the door. At first, nothing. Then I heard breathing. Slow. Close. Like someone was standing with their mouth right against the other side. I backed away. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Unknown number. The text message said, "Please don't open it yet." I stared at those words until my eyes hurt. Then another message arrived. He gets excited when people notice the door. I called the number. It didn't ring. A recording started immediately. Not a voicemail. A voice. Old. Male. Whispering. "If you hear the knocking, leave the house." Then the call ended. I grabbed my keys and ran outside. I sat in my car in the driveway for almost an hour, trying to decide what to do. That's when the realtor called back. Her voice was different this time. Quiet. Careful. I found something, she said. What? The previous owner didn't die upstairs. I already knew what she was going to say. But I asked anyway. Where did he die? She took a breath. In the basement. The realtor told me the previous owner's body had been found at the bottom of the basement stairs. Officially, he had fallen. Broken neck. Natural accident. But there was one strange detail in the report. His fingernails were missing. All 10 of them. They were found later. Stuck inside the concrete wall. The back wall. The same wall where my new door had appeared. I asked her if there had ever been a room behind it. She said no. Then she told me something that made my hands go numb. The police report mentioned writing on the wall. What writing? She didn't answer right away. Then she said, it said, I opened it because it knew my name. I didn't go back inside the house that day. I booked a motel room and told myself I would hire someone in the morning. A contractor. A priest. An inspector. Anyone. But at 2:13 a.m., I woke up in the motel. Knock. 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 I opened my eyes. The room was dark. The knocks came from the bathroom. I turned on the lamp. The bathroom door was closed. I knew I had left it open. My phone buzzed on the nightstand. Unknown number. Doors don't belong to houses, the message said. Then another one. They belong to him. The bathroom door creaked. Not opening. Breathing. I heard breathing behind it. The same slow breathing I had heard in the basement. I grabbed my bag and ran out of the motel room barefoot. The night clerk called after me, but I didn't stop. I drove back to the house. I know that sounds insane. But something had followed me. And if it could follow me anywhere, then maybe running wasn't the answer. Maybe I had to see what was behind the door. When I got home, the front door was already open. Not broken. Open. All the lights inside were off. From the basement came a soft yellow glow. I walked down the stairs with my phone in one hand and a hammer in the other. The basement was colder than before. The door was open now. Just a crack. Behind it was not a room. It was a hallway. Long. Narrow. Covered in old wallpaper. The kind you'd see in a house from 100 years ago. At the end of the hallway, something stood in the dark. Too tall to be a person. Too thin to be alive. Then it whispered my name. I should have run. Instead, I answered. Yes? The thing at the end of the hallway tilted its head. I couldn't see its face. Only the outline. Long arms. Bent shoulders. A head that almost touched the ceiling. Then it knocked. Not on a door. On the wall beside it. 3 slow knocks. Knock. 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 The sound came from behind me. I turned around. The basement was gone. The stairs were gone. Behind me was another hallway. Same wallpaper. Same yellow light. Same smell of damp wood and old dust. The door had closed. I was inside now. My phone had no signal. But the messages kept coming. Unknown number. He likes when you answer. Then. He has your voice now. I heard myself laugh from somewhere ahead. Not a recording. Not an echo. Me. My exact voice. Laughing softly in the dark. I lifted the hammer and walked forward. The hallway stretched longer with every step. Doors lined both sides now. Some were white. Some were brown. Some were metal. Some were so small they looked made for children. Behind every door, someone whispered. Some cried. Some begged. Some knocked. 3 times. Always 3. Then I saw one door at the end of the hall. My basement door. White paint. No handle. 1 keyhole. And through that keyhole, I saw my basement. My real basement. The concrete floor. The old furnace. The stairs. My house. I put my eye closer. On the other side, someone was standing in my basement. Me. He was holding my phone. He was smiling. Then he raised one finger to his lips. My phone buzzed in my pocket again. Unknown number. Thank you for opening it. Behind me, all the doors opened at once. I don't remember screaming. I don't remember falling. I woke up in my bed the next morning. Sunlight was coming through the window. My clothes were clean. My phone was on the nightstand. For 1 second, I thought it had been a dream. Then I checked my hands. All 10 fingernails were gone. I ran to the basement. The door in the concrete wall had disappeared. There was only smooth gray concrete. But something was scratched into it from the other side. Fresh letters. Still wet. I'm upstairs now. That was 3 days ago. I haven't left the house. I can't. Every door I open leads back inside. The front door opens into the kitchen. The bedroom door opens into the basement. The bathroom door opens into that yellow hallway. And every night at 2:13 a.m., something knocks from inside my bedroom closet. 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. Last night, it used my voice. It said, "Open the door." Then it said, "I know you're listening." And then, in a voice that sounded exactly like mine, it whispered, "Tell someone the story." So I'm telling you. But please, if you ever hear 3 knocks from a door that wasn't there yesterday, don't answer. Because that's how it learns your voice.